That's it. Hey, check it out. Woke up this morning. Oh, and by the way, it is 5:31 right now. Just wanted to clarify that for Ramon. Woke up this morning and grabbed a big old glass of water. Went downstairs, grabbed my morning 5 planner, and filled that out like I do every single day, right? Gratitude and goals. And up at the top of the planner, there's a quote submitted by an actual member of our community. And today's quote was submitted by a woman by the name of Tracy Kuykendall, is that's how I'm going to pronounce it. It's Kuykendall. To me, that looks like it's probably Kuykendall. That's my guess. But Tracy submitted today's quote, and the quote says this. It says, "Sometimes the smallest step in the right direction ends up being the biggest step of your life. Tiptoe if you must, but take the step." I read that this morning. All of a sudden had flashbacks to just teeny tiny decisions that I made somewhere along the way, just a little tiptoe in a certain direction, and how that's transformed things in a powerful way. So I loved the quote. I was like, wow, I love this quote. So I wonder what's the origin of this quote? So I looked it up, and the quote actually comes from a guy named Naeem Calloway. Naeem Calloway. So I looked up Naeem Calloway, and I'm like, who is this dude now, Naeem Calloway? And it's interesting because when you go to his profiles, he doesn't have very many pictures of himself. He doesn't have a whole lot of videos of himself, but he does have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of like quotes and interpretations of Bible verses and so on and so forth. And so I came across one YouTube short of his, and I was like, oh, this is perfect. We got to show this on the show today. It's a great way to start off the show. So glad you're here. Naeem Calloway is the originator of the quote submitted into the planner by Tracy Kuykendall. And here's what Naeem had to share on this Monday morning.
Repeat after me this Monday morning. I am blessed. I am talented. I am healthy. I am strong. I only invite the best things into my life. I am disciplined. I am focused. I am confident. I am prosperous. I am fearfully and wonderfully made. I am full of health. I am full of vitality. I am energetic. I am vibrant. I am radiant. I am fresh. I am improving. I am a masterpiece. I am royalty. I am surrounded by blessings. I am empowered. In Jesus' name, amen.
So I listened to that. I was like, okay, bro, I need to know you. So I reached out. I sent him a message first thing this morning, and hopefully it'll just be a matter of time before we'll bring him right here on #Rise and Grind. Good morning and welcome to Rise and Grind Live. Unlock your full potential with the power of daily motivation, education, inspiration with your host, Lundy, a husband to 1, father to 8, global motivational speaker, and the author of The Morning 5.
I'm Heather Parady, former therapist turned online entrepreneur and wannabe comedian.
Celebrity interviews, transformational information, and a massive community around the #1 morning show in the world. It's 5:30 a.m. and it's time to rise and grind. Hey, good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you, my friend? How are you, my friend? Dude, today is Monday. That's right. Today is Monday. I don't think I looked at the date. November 13th. Thanks, computer monitor. Today is Monday, November 13th, 2023. Crazy. And what's crazy is today is the very first and the very last time it'll ever be. It'll ever be Monday, November 13th, 2023. So I want to make sure we make the absolute most And I do mean the absolute most of this absolutely incredible, incredible day. Hey, I saw Heather, I saw that you joined us this morning. I don't know if you heard that first part, but I read the quote in the planner, looked the dude up that actually created the quote itself, sent him a message and asked him to be a guest on the show. And I'm thinking, as a matter of fact, that would probably be an awesome strategy for next year. You and I, the quotes that come out in next year's planner, we look up the source of the quote and see if we can't get those people on the show. Wouldn't that be amazing? I think that's a great idea. So I just want to share that right now before I lose sight of it. Listen, I'm coming to you live from Lexington, Kentucky after a weekend at home with my beautiful bride and my amazing kiddos. Friday, we had a sleepover at the Lundys. There was a total of 11 kids in my house Friday night. I believe that's what that was. So there was 11 kids in my house Friday night. The girls decided to have competitions on who could dress the most in theme, right? So they had like prom theme, and then they had sporty theme, who's the sporty person, and then they had Christmas morning theme. They had all these themes. They were putting on all these different outfits, and it was just being super silly, man, just being kids and being innocent, and it was awesome, right? That was on Friday night. On Saturday, I literally did not shower. For real, I'm just keeping it real with you, all right? On Saturday, I did not shower. I was in my book all day. I gave the kids a bath. While they were in the bath, I'm writing the book, right in the book. So the first draft of my book was completed October 31st. Now with some insights and some valuable feedback from people that I truly love and care about, my mom, my wife, and Heather Parady, I've like completely rewrote, and now it's dope, right? So Saturday all day in the book, playing with the kids kind of in between, doing what I can. And for the most part at the Lundys, it was a pretty lazy day. At one point I looked over our little girl, Caroline, man, she is something else. I looked over and Caroline was just knocked out on the couch, man. You could see the cord right there going to my computer. I'm typing the book. She was sitting there. She's knocked out on the couch. She wakes up at one point. I'm like, hey, kiddo, you want me to take you in the bed? She's like, no. I said, do you want a blanket? She said, no. I said, all right. And then she just rolled her head back over and went right back to sleep. I was like, okay, I see you, Caroline, right? So Saturday was just boom, head down, getting the work done, taking little breaks to invest some time with the kiddos whenever they wanted to spend time with dad. But for most part, it was a lazy day around the Lundy house, right? Then plus the weather was great. So kids were playing outside. It was just great. And also this weekend, my wife, since it was a lazy day where we were around the house, we had no activities and so on and so forth. Because of that, my wife rearranged the entire house like in her mind, right? She decided, not decided, but she played with the idea of moving the schoolroom, played with the idea of remodeling the kitchen, played with the idea of reutilizing our apparel room, played with the idea of moving my son from the downstairs room to the upstairs room, played with the idea, like I don't know. Drop it in the chat if this is something that you all do. My wife, like about 4 to 6 months is about as long as she can handle any arrangement of anything in our house. She's got like every 4 to 6 months. She's like, this has got to go over here. Let's move this over here. Let's change this over here. I'm like, dude, I just finally remembered where you put the cups. Like and now here we are moving it again. But that's what I mean. All Saturday, she was like, let's go. I'm going to change this. I'm going to change that. I'm like, it's crazy. Is that the day you posted the selfie in your undies? Oh my gosh. Yeah, I think that might have been. That's a whole different story. Sorry, I just saw that comment out the corner of my eye. So listen, that was Saturday. Now, Sunday, we had this amazing church service. And in the church service, Scott Nickel, our pastor, and John Weiss, they really talked about children, right? And our role and importance in children's lives. And he said something that really hit me. He said, cheated children become angry adults. Cheated children become angry adults. And he was referring to loss of innocence at a young age. He was referring to, the evils of this world and things that happen that way. So he was talking about it on an extreme level, but he was also talking about it on a very small level. How important it is that we pour into our kids, that we teach them good values, that we make sure they understand their worth. Cheated children become angry adults. Then he also shared, he shared a quote by a guy named Warren. Oh my gosh, I forgot the guy's last name. He shared a quote by a guy named Warren, and the quote said this. It said, "You may choose to look the other way, but you can never again say you did not know." You may choose to look the other way, but you can never again say you did not know. And when he read that quote, it hit me. It made me think of like Richard Bruce and those kids in Uganda that we've helped before in the past. And if I'm honest, sometimes it's gotten so heavy seeing what the conditions that they have out there that I just kind of turn away, right? I look the other way. I'm like, man, I got stuff I got to take care of here. I don't know if I can handle that, but I can never again say that I do not know what's happening over there. And not acting on that is a disservice, not just to them, but it's a disservice to myself, man, to my core, to my spirit, right? God led me a certain path, and I'm like, So as soon as he read that quote, I thought about that. You may choose to look the other way, but you can never again say you did not know. And then they went a little further and they talked about our role as parents or our role as adults in the lives of children. Let me give you a little clip of what that looked like.
Children are vulnerable. That's the truth. In fact, they're vulnerable by definition, which means it's our responsibility not only to prioritize them, but to provide for them and to protect them, which means that we want to be the kind of church that rejects the lie. Remember this one, that children should be seen and not heard? How many of us grew up with that one? We want to be the kind of church that says, no, we want children to be seen and heard. And we want to create environments where they can be seen and heard. Just last week, I talked to a couple different people who serve around here, and they are on the front lines of creating that kind of an environment in their own homes because they're in the foster care system, and they're providing safe homes and putting their hearts and their finances and a million other things on the line for vulnerable kids. And that's the kind of worship that our God and Father looks at and says, that's it. That's what I'm looking for out of my kids, taking care of these kids.
We must prioritize. My mic's going out. We must prioritize, provide, and protect. I thought, wow. Yeah, that's exactly what we should do. Because I think you and I both know that our children are under attack, have been under attack. We've all been under attack, but it's our children that are the most vulnerable. Prioritize, provide, and protect. So then after church on Sunday, it was right back to book all day. All day. From 1 o'clock yesterday afternoon until 11:30 last night. I got up every once in a while to eat a little food. I had football on the TV screen playing in the background. Go Raiders. Every once in a while, the kids would come in like this picture here where they're like begging me for a snack or begging me to go do something. And so I'd run off with them a little bit. There might have been a bathroom break or two, but yesterday I got it done. Yesterday, second draft of the book. I got it done. Oh, and it felt so good. And the book is good. I'm just telling you, it's good. I know I wrote it, but it's good. Woo! Can't wait. Also, I thought about this series that we've got going on this week. We have a new series this week called No Thank You. And I cannot wait to dive in. That went too fast. Called No Thank You. And I cannot wait to dive in. But before I do, you know what we got to do on this show, right? You know, we got to do some dancing. Dancing machine. For those of you that know, those of you that don't know, this is the part of the show where I need you to hit that share button. That's right. I need you to hit that share button because I believe if we can change the way people start their day, it'll make a massive impact on this planet. I truly believe that. And sometimes all it takes to change the way somebody starts their day is for you, yes, you, to hit that share button. Now listen to me. If you are working out, this is the time where I need you to put in a little extra. We'll probably have music for about 90 seconds. So if you're on a run, I want you to increase the output for the next 90 seconds. If you're working out in the gym, put some extra weight, a little extra effort for the next 90 seconds. If you're laying your butt in bed, get up. We got stuff to do today. Share this sucker out. This is also the part of the show where I'm going to say good morning to you. I need you to say good morning to me. Whether you're watching live or you're watching on replay, say what's up. I'll say what's up back. Alicia Moore, good morning. Jacqueline Underwood, let's go. Angela Heath, I'm glad you're here this morning. Sonia Merritt, Alicia Moore, Bella Rigby, what up, what up, what up? Sarah Wagner Eversman, thanks for being in the building. Michelle Gravely, I'm glad you're here. Renee Hayes and Milt Whitesides, what up, what up, what up? We got Tisha White is in the building. Melvin Rodriguez, my guy, Don Sankey. What up, Dora Maria, Vicky Everett. Gail's probably up in here too. Robin's in the building. Russell's in the building. Christina Howard, Pastor Jeff Moffitt. Thanks, Pastor Jeff, for inspiring my daughter and giving her an opportunity to learn what it's like to try to do some things in her own little business world. Sean Woodward, great to see you. Rich Pintrick, good morning. Let's go. Stars Tina, thanks for kicking us off today. TM and Mary Lynn, it's great to see you. What's up, Ramon? How you doing, Liza and Justin and Marvin and Scotty Scott Simon. Oh my goodness, all you lovely people are up here in the building this morning. I appreciate you. How you doing, Trey? Good to see you, girl. Valerie's in the building. River and Tanya. I see Mignon. Migdalia's in the building. John Policastro. What's up? Patricia, I'm glad you're here. Shanice is in the building as well. Lots of people up in here. What's up, Mike Strong? Carrie Lynn Carter, great to see you. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, I got great news for you. The Morning 5 Planner. The Morning 5 Planner. Listen to me. This thing right here. This book changes everything in your life. Like, no joke. This thing right here. It's crazy. It just helps you along the way to do 5 simple steps every single day. When you do those steps, you tap into mind, body, spirit. It's incredible. It's got a quote on the top to inspire you, to go do some research, to find more people that you can connect with. The quotes are submitted by actual members of this community. It's incredible. It's got a checklist for your morning 5. No snooze button, no phone first thing in the morning, gratitude and goals. Take care of the physical, send out an encouraging message. It's got a checklist for that. It's got your gratitude. It's got your goals. It's also got a whole place right here to track your day. And what's really cool is on Saturdays, you got a section here. Saturdays, you got a section right here where you can take notes, rate your week. I rated my week last week. I do an audit. I audit all different areas of my life. Faith, I gave myself an 8. Fitness, I gave myself a 9. Crushed it last week. Friends, gave myself a 9, which is rare. Usually I don't spend a lot of time with friends, but I did. Family, 8 overall, right? Finances, only hit myself a 2. We didn't do so good last week. as far as adding additional monthly recurring revenue. Career, 9. Mental health, 10. Education, only hit a 4 on the Edjo. I learned a few things last week, but I need to be learning things every day. So it's got a whole section right there where you can audit that stuff, right? A section for your notes. How'd I do last week? It's amazing. And the new ones for next year will be coming out Black Friday. They're coming out Black Friday. You'll be able to see them. You'll be able to order one. The reason I'm talking about it now, though, if you want to order some of these for yourself, for your family members, for your team, for the people around you, I'm telling you, this thing is a life changer. You want to make an impact? You want to make an impact in your organization? Get everybody on the same page. Use these quotes that are on the top of every page. Use these as an opportunity for your team to connect, for your team to talk more, to go in depth, to learn to get to know each other. It is a powerful, 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 powerful tool. So listen, if you're going to order 10 or more of these, you have 10 or more people, you want to order 10 or more of these, I need you to email Jessica@GlennLundy.com. That's Jessica@GlennLundy.com. Email her. Anybody that does get more than 10, we will include some goodies and some gifts on top of your planner orders. But email Jessica@GlennLundy.com if you want to make that happen. All right? I'm telling you, this thing is a game changer. Let's go. All right, listen, I remember the day that I said no thank you and drew a line for myself. I remember that day. My life was great at the time. Truly was. My life was great. Relationship with my wife, my kids, had an amazing job, beautiful house, white picket fence. I was liked by many. I worked from 8:30 in the morning until 8 or 9 o'clock p.m. at night and loved every single second of it. 6 days a week. Worked 9 to 4 on Saturdays. 5 days a week from 8 to 9. 1 day a week, 9 to 4. And I loved it. I mean, I loved it. I was off on Sundays. And then I would go home at night, play video games, dream of flying helicopters. I shot a lot of people on like Call of Duty, The Last of Us, Uncharted, these video games that I used to play. I drank a lot of beer back then. I would just sit up at night upstairs drinking beer by myself. We didn't have a bathroom up there, and I'd get tired of going back and forth to the bathroom. So sometimes I'd pee in a bottle. I'm just being real raw with you guys today. I don't know why, but I am. And I scrolled a ton on social media. And then I would game some more. Like I would go to bed at a different time every single night, right? And then I get up in the morning, hit the morning 5, and I crush it at work. I mean, crush it. Was absolutely crushing it at work. I'd spend some time with my wife and my kids on Sunday, unless, of course, it was football season. I was out on all that. I mean, life was great, dude. For real, life was great. Every once in a while, maybe catch a book or two, some podcasts, or I'd go play like golf early in the morning by myself on some days. Like I had a solid morning 5 routine. Life was great. It was easy, it was predictable, and it was comfortable. And by the way, Liza, I was looking through pictures this morning of what life used to look like back for me, and I found this picture right here of the first time that you and I met, which is awesome. Check that out. So life was great, dude. And then I went to this thing called 10X Growth Con. I went to this thing called 10X Growth Con, and Damon John was there, and Tim Grover was there. My guy Grant Cardone, of course, was there. Tim Story was floating around on the stage. He was amazing. Andy Frashilla was super dope, right? It was amazing. And all of a sudden, I'm there at the event, and all of a sudden, I hear this.
survive. Oh, you will see me thrive. Can write my story. I won't just conform, no matter how you shake my core. 'Cause my roots, they run deep. Oh, oh, you have so little faith. Don't doubt it, don't doubt it. Victory is in my veins. I know it, and I will not negotiate. I'll fight it, I will transform. When the fire's at my feet again, and the vultures all start circling, they're whispering, you're out of time, but still I rise. This is no mistake, no accident. When you think the final nail is in, think again. Don't be surprised, I will still rise. I must stay conscious through the madness and chaos. So I call on my angels. They say, oh, you have so little faith. Don't doubt it, don't doubt it. Victory is in your veins. You know it, and you will not negotiate. Just fight it, and be transformed. 'Cause when the fire's at my feet again, and the vultures all start circling, they're whispering, you're out of time, but still I rise. This is no mistake, no accident. When you think the final nail is in, think again. Don't be surprised, I will still rise.
Well, welcome back to Earth.
The view's so much better up there.
Right?
I will still rise. Don't doubt it. You know it, still rise. Just fight it. Don't be surprised, I will still rise.
So that video plays and it like hits my soul for some reason, punches me in the face. Danelle Delgado walks out on the stage. She walks out on the stage. She tells the story of triumph. She tells the story of building an amazing a life filled with purpose. And I'm hooked, man. I'm hooked. And then she starts asking questions, basically saying, do you know what you need to be doing, but you're not doing it? Right? She's like, raise your hand if you've read 10X. Raise your hand if you've read Sell or Be Sold. Raise your hand if you've done all Grant Cardone's training. Raise your hand if you've done all the things and you know what you're supposed to be doing and you're not doing it. And I was like, crap, man, that's me. Like, my life is great. Life is amazing. I love my job. I'm making great money. Everything's cool. Like, everything's cool. And I know there's more there. And I know I should be more disciplined at night. And I know I should be even more disciplined in my mornings. And I know that I could be reaching a higher level of achievement and success for me and those that come after me and those that come after them. And so after she got done talking, I drew a line in the sand and I said, I will no longer not act on that which I cannot say I did not know. I'll say that one more time for the people in the back. I drew a line in the sand and I said, I will no longer not act on that which I cannot say I did not know. You know what you're supposed to be doing. I know what I'm supposed to be doing. There is danger in comfort. I know that. I was very comfortable back then. My wife was being treated unfairly. I knew that. I knew that at the time. She never complained, never once, but I knew I was treating her unfairly. Leaving at 6 a.m, coming home at 10 p.m, with her having all these babies. I knew I wasn't treating her fairly. I knew it. I knew I needed to be more disciplined in the evenings and in the mornings. I knew I had more potential. I knew that I could 10x the impact, the reason that I could 10x the impact and the reason that God put me on this planet. I knew Sell or Be Sold. I'd read the 10x books. I knew all of Grant Cardone's ideas and strategies, and yet I still was not applying them in my life. I knew that there was more for me. There was more for my family to do. I knew it. And so in that moment, I remember the moment. In that moment, Danelle's on the stage. She's doing her thing. And I drew a line in the sand and said, no, thank you. I refuse to be on my deathbed wishing I would have done more. I said, no, thank you to being great. I said no thank you to anything less than extraordinary. And I challenge you to do the same. Because here's the thing. It is easy to draw a line in what you won't tolerate in your life out of others. Even though most people still won't do that, it is easy to draw a line in what you won't tolerate in your life from others. That's easy. The real work is drawing the line with what you won't tolerate from yourself. If you are currently telling yourself that you are anything less than extraordinary, today's the day you draw a line and say, no, thank you. If you are currently telling yourself that you don't deserve an extraordinary existence, draw a line today and say, no, thank you. If you are currently telling yourself that you can't, or that you won't, or that you shouldn't, or that you couldn't, today draw a line and say no thank you. If you are currently telling yourself that you are old and washed up and you missed the boat, today's the day you draw the line and say no thank you. If you have been telling yourself that you are tired, that you are weak, that you are incapable, today is the day that you say no thank you, because the reality is you are a child of God, the God of the universe, the God that made everything. And that God made you with the ability, the divine innate ability to be able to create at the highest level. I was talking to a buddy of mine. He called me yesterday. He said, bro, I love working for this company. And for some reason, he said, I've gotten comfortable and I'm not performing at the top. I'm just average. And it's driving me nuts. He said, what do I do? I said, bro, you got to draw a line in the sand. Too many of us are running the race just to run. No, you got to run the race to win, man. You got to draw a line in the sand and say, if I am going to do this, I am not going to blind myself or close my eyes and not do the things that I cannot unsee. The things that I know I am supposed to do. Champions are made at 4 a.m. with morning routines. Champions are made at 4 p.m. where we're giving every ounce of energy to whatever opportunity God has put in front of us. See, you are extraordinary. The world has told you something different. I take responsibility for that. I apologize for the world allowing you to feel, to fall into the trap of seen and not heard. That's my bad. I hadn't stepped into the place that I'm in now to create more tables and platforms where more people can have a voice and everyone can get a seat at the table. I hadn't done that yet. I'm working on that now. But you and I are here, and we can't unsee. We can't unknow what we now know. You are extraordinary, child of God. Draw a line in the sand. Move towards being the absolute best version of yourself that you can possibly be. Not an average version, not a little bit below average, not a little bit above. The absolute best. That is what you deserve, and that is who you are. Listen, friends, I love you. I'll be back tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning, I'll be coming to you from Kansas City. I'm going to go to Kansas City Unleashed event. I'll be speaking there tomorrow, which I'm super excited about. So tomorrow morning, I'll see you again from Kansas City. But until then, I'm going to go hang out on Clubhouse for a little bit, go get my workout in, and I will see you guys on the flip side. Have an amazing day. Thanks for being here with me. Appreciate you. Peace.
Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Stay woke, stay woke, stay woke, stay woke. Hashtag rise and grind, hashtag rise and grind. First thing on my mind, early in the morning time. Daily motivation, feeling so divine. Waking up the nation, hashtag rise and grind. Hashtag rise and grind, grind, grind. Hashtag rise and grind, grind, grind. Hashtag rise and grind, grind, grind.
Repeat after me this Monday morning. I am blessed. I am talented. I am healthy. I am strong. I only invite the best things into my life. I am disciplined. I am focused. I am confident. I am prosperous. I am fearfully and wonderfully made. I am full of health. I am full of vitality. I am energetic. I am vibrant. I am radiant. I am fresh. I am improving. I am a masterpiece. I am royalty. I am surrounded by blessings. I am empowered. In Jesus' name.